Welcome. This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown. This is where we have self-motivation. I think you want to log on. Make sure you follow I Am My Life Coach, as well as Adonis D. Johnson on Facebook, on Instagram, as well as on YouTube. It's time to motivate ourselves. Let's get motivated, you guys. Let's get motivated. Come on. Get on up in here. Come on. Get on up in here. This is what we do. We built this. We built this. We built this, and we're going to deal with it the way we need to deal with it. The way we need to deal with ourselves. Let's go. Get on up in this room. We got to get motivated. We have to get this motivation, you guys. Motivation and education, it goes together. All right? I repeat, motivation and education goes together. I recognize that some of us are not excited about what's going on. We don't like what's going on. We are stuck in situations that, it's just taking us out. Some of us, we never seen what out looks like. We never seen the other side, right? We stay hopeful, right? At least we thought we did, right? At least I know I did. I believe I cannot reach nobody until I open up this body. It's hard to open up this body by myself, okay? Let's be clear. Nobody cares what you know till they know how much you care. Now, many people have not shown they care about me at all. They keep taking from me, just taking from me. Whenever I show some strength, they want that strength, right? Whenever I got something, they come and try to take it away. People will hijack you, right? Hijack you for how your day went, hijack you for what you got going on this weekend, hijack you for what's the new news, what's happening in your life lately. Like, you supposed to be the reporter for what's going on with you when I'm out here on the battlefield fighting each and every day. Just like everybody else, right? So it's hard. Let's be clear. This is not easy. Just like listening to this man is not easy. But some of you will sit your tail right where you at, and you will listen to what everybody else have to say. You will listen to TMZ. You will listen to CNN. You will listen to what Fox News is talking about. You will listen to what everything. You will listen to what Rihanna talking about. You will listen to what Chris Brown's saying. You will listen to what everybody's saying, right? Everybody got something to say. Who's listening to you? That's interesting, right? Many won't listen to you because you don't listen to you. Right? Because if you listen to you, then there should be one thing that's important to you at this point, right? And that will be to get somewhere better, somewhere more better than the place you have been. This life is about going levels to levels to levels to level. I really want to thank you for giving me an opportunity to not only find my way out, but I had to find my way back in here, right? Because I realized that this is not just about me. This is about those that's ready to do some of the same things that I did, right? God is waiting so that he can advertise you. But he wants to advertise what he created. He cannot advertise what he did not create. That's why you spend your time advertising what you create. And let me ask you, how is it working for you? Do it makes you feel fulfilled, right? Do it gives you that inner peace that you desire to have, right? This is only the real broadcast right now. That's why this is called the Mighty Monday Meltdown. This is where we have self-encouragement, self-growth, and self-development. If you not going to be present, then this is not for you. If you not going to look at yourself, right, in the mirror, right, and take a good look and see, just like you look at your outward self, who you think was going to come into your life, right, at some point and make you look at your inward self. I was chosen. My name is Adonis D. Johnson. I'm a transformation coach. I am the creator of I Am My Life Coach. It's a mental health tool. I guarantee you it will be used by the time, God's will, before I leave this earth. I will see this thing all around this world. Do you hear me? I understand the power of I am, but I also understand the power of me being present. That's called self-awareness. Many of us, we're not aware of self because we never see ourselves. So when we show up, we recognize we lonely, but we don't know how this lonely even took place, right? So we blame somebody for that, right? We feel like we feel angry, right? And for many of us, guess what? We blame something for the feeling that we have, something that outwardly for something that's inwardly. Come on, y'all. For some of us, we feel like we out of place. So we look at everything that's in place. What's good? I peace, 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 and blessings for all of you. May God add more to you as he continues to add more to me. All I can do is pour out my heart, pour out my soul, and hope that maybe somebody can hear me. Not everybody, right, is going to get this, right? Not everybody going to get it, but it's time for you to get it. We see everything outwardly, right? And we base what we see on how we feel on the inside. Well, I got some news flashes for many of you. I can talk about the Rude Awakening, which I would love to. It takes place every Saturday in the 3 o'clock hour on Facebook at Adonis Johnson. And we're moving to I Am a Life Coach, right? And then it also takes place on Mondays, which is the Mighty Monday Meltdown, right? Self-improvement and self-encouragement, right? For many of us, is that we allow what we see to dictate what we do. We create things based on how we interpret what is actually going on. You see, if you didn't know what was going on, then there wouldn't be nothing for you to say, right? Because it'd be new for you for the first time. Just like many people that will come and join me on this broadcast. Many people that join me on this podcast will say, I know him. No, you don't, right? You don't know me. You know of me, but you don't understand what's on me. What's on me is for right now. Who I used to be was back then. Where I'm going is to a place called bigger, better, greater. And I look to connect to you through the spirit that's been trusted in me that allows you to see bigger, better, greater for you as well. It's an inside job. You needed an inner concept. I created inner concept. I know it worked because it brings you to a sense of awareness. That's what it did for me. It started me from the ground. I had to break everything down. I had to break everything up, right? And now I'm back to deliver. The Invisible Crown Army, I welcome you and thank you for making your way on here. I could not do this thing without you. I was pleading at the beginning, like wondering when you guys gonna show up, right? We show up on Mondays to believe in ourselves and inspire ourselves. I don't know no one that's doing a broadcast that's specifically deals with you. Not that you have to find out what's for you. Not that you have to find out who am I talking to. You came here so that you can talk to yourself. And I know how to make you talk to yourself due to I Am a Life Coach. That's why it was created. It was created by the creator, right? The creator up high created it through me. Creation, give it to you so that we can do something bigger. We could do something better and he can use us. He can display us. He can advertise us, right? Don't you want to advertise your life? Don't you want to reflect your life the proper way? Don't you want to have your power? A lot of us, we have been powerless. We have been powerless. And I'm here to help make sure that we get what we're supposed to have. Not to mention, I have to call a timeout. The timeout is on the battlefield, right? The timeout is on the battlefield, and the battlefield is called life. Whose life? It will be your life. But this ain't the timeout yet. But when I do this, there's going to be a timeout. But I got to first rewind this thing, and I got to reset the room. What's going on, everybody? This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown. This is an inspirational, self-motivational type of broadcast. If this is not for you, then share the message with someone else. Maybe they will get it, right? For some of you, this is when you really have self-realization, right? Self-realization is when you actually deal with your inner self, your inner core. Let's be clear about something. Let's talk about it. For many of us, we want healing. For many of us, we want deliverance, right? Newsflash. What's the opposite of deliverance? Trap, slavery. What's the opposite of healing that you're asking for? Sickness. Now, which one of you came on here to say that I'm sick in some areas? Which one of you came on here saying that I'm a slave in some areas? That's not in your conscious mind. You're not going to tell yourself, I'm sick. No, I'm not sick. But if you was sick, guess where you go? You go find a doctor, right? If something was going on with your grill, right? You go take yourself and you go find a dentist. If your car breaks down, you go find a mechanic. The mechanic don't come and find you. You go seek out a mechanic to fix your problem, right? You have a problem with plumbing at home, you go call a plumber. You don't call an electrician to come and fix a plumbing problem, right? You can't fix it. You have to make the call, right? You have to make the call. Oh, this is so good. Come on, y'all. I'm going in before I even go in. Watch this. But when it comes down to you, who do you call? Some of you keep saying, I call on Jesus. I call on God. You call on God to fix what? To fix somebody else? Or to fix your feelings, or to fix your emotions, or to fix something that's broke that you don't even know how it got broke. So you blame it on someone else. Come on, y'all. Work with me as I work with you. Work with me as I work with you, because the only one going to get you to the way you need to be will be you. That's why I am my life coach, brings you to a sense of awareness. That's why me being a transformation coach, I'm here to help you with the transformation. A lot of us, we want revelation. And I hear people all the time talking, the revelation is, oh, look at the revelation, right? We want the end of a thing. We want the end result. Oh, the revelation. Oh, I want that, right? You don't know what it went through to become that. You just want the end, the revelation. And many of us, we get the revelation as we learn on the rude awakening. You need to watch that rude awakening. That rude awakening woke me up 3-4 times, slapped me, put me back to sleep, and woke me back up again, right? And you need to understand that when the children being in Egypt, right, being in Egypt trapped, right, the Bible wrote it down. Hey, they trapped. We won't even rag ourselves down to trap us in anything because we don't believe we trapped in nothing. Right? Let's be clear. If you sign a lease, you trapped into a lease, right? A rentals agreement. And if you sign a mortgage, you trapped into a mortgage with the bank, right? So you trapped. If you see him finance the car, you trapped into a contract, right? Some of you got in relationships, gave out your heart, gave out your body, gave out your soul. You gave out everything. All over 3, 4, 5 words. I'm with you. I do. Yes, we're together. 3 words change your whole life for the worse because you was already in a worse position as it is. See, some of us, we want people to take us out of what we've been in, and yet you bring them in and lock right in. And this is where you stay. Right here, right? Right here, ain't built on nothing, right? So they was in Egypt. This is a recap from the Rude Awakening. They in Egypt, and they had an idea. An idea was to cry out for something bigger, better, greater. They never seen bigger, better, greater. All they ever knew was the place that they was in right now. And it looks like it was functioning, right? It looks like everything was good. I got my little job. I finished school. My kids going off to college. Them going to prom. Everybody do it like they do it, right? Ooh, when I went through prom. See, you still in your moment trying to create that moment for something that you birthed. Come on, y'all. Y'all better get this thing. This is real right now, right? Watch this. They sit here and they decide they're getting out of Egypt, but they had to hire somebody else. God had to use someone that already got out of what it is you was in. And this is what I'm saying. It's called relationship. This is called one-on-one. Now, I don't believe that everybody came out. I don't believe that people's like, look, I ain't going nowhere. Just like some people that get on this broadcast, I'm grateful for the ones that do come on this broadcast because I put my all into this. I done cried on this thing. I done sit here. I'm hurt, right? I was hurt, right? Some of the people that come on here talk about me. Y'all start your own little conversation. Now, forget what I'm saying. What I'm saying ain't important. What you talking about, what you typing to, what somebody else typing, and y'all typing, y'all having your own conversation. And I'm sitting here trying to speak, trying to let you know, hey, we the camp right now, and we got to move. We got to get somewhere. But you so easily distracted. Right? And I'm trying to tell you, if you don't like what somebody is typing, slide the screen to the side. You don't have to type anything, right? You don't have to type nothing. I was so encouraged today because I had, it's like when I'm feeling out of it and I'm feeling like, God, look, ain't nothing happening right now here, right? I'm ready to roll, but I can't roll because something is drawing me and I'm trying to figure out who is it that I need to go grab and get them on this ship, right, that done been built. And so here it is. One of my brothers called me today and I didn't even know he's on the feed. He said, boy, I watch every feed of yours. After you go off, I go back. You, man, you Christ, you God. You the savior. You the reason they singing. You the reason they singing. He said, man, people need to see you right? And I'm sitting here trying to make up excuses with my look, trying to make up excuses, man. They don't have to share me. They don't have to let nobody know about me. They don't have to tell nobody nothing, right? And then the Lord says, shut up. Then you tell your people that you with, right, to stop, look, and listen. So I had to zip myself, right? So I'm on here quiet, like every time he say something, I'm like, and I'm trying to contain myself because he was speaking to a part of me that I need someone to speak to. You see, I'm broadcasting, but what's being broadcast back to me sometimes is not, I want you to be good or I want you to go beyond, because if you go beyond, I'm going beyond which. See, y'all don't understand that the farther I go, you guys coming too. There's no getting up off of this right here. You in it now. When God turns you on and he opened up your eyes, it's impossible to be stupid again. I'm going to be so honest with you. Some of you ain't never had your eyes open. That's why I break this thing open to the point where you have to let go what was to get what is. And then make sure that you keep your eyes on bigger, better, greater, because that's the direction, right? That's the direction. So anyway, just to revert this thing back and get this thing back into real mode right now, is that they was leaving Egypt, getting up out of Egypt. This is the recap. Getting up out of Egypt, going to a place they never been. But somebody had to come, relationship. God had to use somebody. Now, everyone that was over here, they crying out, but he never talked back to none of them, which means some of you think you deep, but you ain't deep. See, you imitate what you have seen somebody else do. So when you see on social media, you see a little kid going around, and God said, and then said, that thing will get 45 million shares. And you will be one of the ones that done look at God. Look. God is here to perform something through you. He's here to create a life through you. You have to desire a life to end up having a life. But for many of us, we know where we at is not the life we want to live. So we feels like we want life instead of looking at the fact that we never really had life. And what you had was a funky good time. And your good time done ran out right now, right? So once again, we also learned the first shall be last and the last shall be first. Well, who was first? The one that was first is when you was in your teenage years. Your teenager years was first. Then your 20s, right? That was first, right? And then some of your 30s and some of your 40s. Some of y'all still ain't got it yet. That's was the way you was thinking. This is my personality. Where did your personality come from? It came from the things that you saw. It came from the things you experience. How do you know what heartbreak? I know what heartbreak feel like. I know what it means to lose someone. How do you know? It's because you already experienced it. So you have anchored. I told you guys on a Rude Awakening about anchoring. You anchor things and you keep it and you attach the feelings to it. So when you attach the feelings to it, you have an image, you have a feeling, and you be like, man, or you have a feeling and you have an image and you cry, right? All these things is together. Like you play a song, you hear the song, it makes you feel emotional. It makes you feel like, hey, let's get it on right. Get it on right. Or when I get that feeling, you be like, wait, feeling. Trigger, boom. I want sexual, boom. Healing, that means now I done associated a music, the beat, the song, the melody, and I got the image in my head and say, man, you know what? I need to go fix this little desire that I have right now because I done triggered something. What am I saying? I'm saying that was the first. Now that you understand that we at a new point called this point, right? Your first needs to be last. And the last, right? Who you thought you was putting first. You thought you was putting God first in your 20s. You thought you was putting God first just because they're on that stage and they sitting here dancing around and they on the choir and they doing their thing. Don't think they sitting here sanctified and everything else, but you don't even know what sanctified and everything else is. So, but you only have an image, right? He gives you an image so you can have some visual. You can have some visual. So that's what the image come from, the visual. But for some of us, we done captured the visual. And we said, we want to do what they doing. And when I see what they doing, then I know I got it right, because you have not yet to look at your own life and recognize what does having it right really looks like, right? That's why we're here on a Mighty Monday Meltdown. That's why we're here, to be self-encouraged, self-inspired, to believe in ourselves, and for me to show you what I've been gifted to come and bring forth to you. No different than Moses. Moses, right? No different than Moses going to Egypt, to a place, right? God, who I tell him sending me? I am higher self. I got a higher self that's telling me to come back to the place I used to go. I used to be, right? Higher self. So nothing can crush me because everything is on such a lower level of self that when I come in to decree and declare that it's about time that what you've been asking for be given unto you, right? And that is the true opportunity, right? That is the real privilege right there, is to sit here and understand that whatever you request, you can actually have in the right now, right? We can have the right idea. We have to stop looking at the ride, right? Looking at the ride and look and think from the ride. See, a lot of us, we like to look at the ride and see, man, you know, which way they gonna take, blah, blah, blah. And others like to be in that ride. I don't care which way they take. Long as I got the right attitude to go with what it is that's about to happen for me. So I decided we're gonna practice right now. We're going to get in order right now. See, if you good with a little, that means this little space we got right now, that we will become bigger, better, and greater right now, and already adopted the manner, the attitude and the image, right? The way we want to walk, the way we want to talk, the way we want to address things from where we desire to be. No one desired to be who they used to be, but some of you got the feelings in the wrong direction. You using your feelings and emotion to sit here and say, you know, I just don't do what we used to do. We don't talk like we used to talk. We don't go places like we used to go. Well, hey, maybe you need to find some new places to discover, right? Maybe you need to recognize that bigger, better, greater come with bigger, better, more money. You need more money to fund some of these projects and some of these excursions that you want to sit here and discover and find. So anyway, moving right along in the recap is that they sit here and Moses come back to this little place called Egypt, grab people, grab every person one at a time. Every last one of you is one of these people. I don't care what you say. If you trust what I'm saying, this will deliver you and free you. Now notice, deliver. Deliver, first off, is the opposite of deliver, means to be trapped. I don't know what you trapped in. Maybe you trapped in understanding. Maybe you trapped in emotion. Maybe you trapped in feelings. Maybe you trapped in poverty, right? Guess what? The opposite of poverty is prosperity, right? So guess what? We want prosperity because we ain't really identifying that we in poverty. See, some of us, we want healing, but ain't understanding the opposite. What you want, God? I just want to be healed. You just want to be healed. Then are you prepared to tell God you sick? Are you prepared to tell somebody, hey, look, I'm sick. I'm sick, y'all. You sick, you go to a doctor, but what happens when your spirit is sick, your mind is sick, your relationships is sick, everything you get, you infected. That's why it's not working. Opposite of healing is sick. Opposite of deliver. I know I've been delivered. Don't be so sure about that. Don't be so sure about that. Okay, let's be clear. Some of us, see, this is what holds us down. Let me give you this, and then I'm going in with the timeout. This is what holds us down. You see, it says, do unto others as you want done to you. But what I'm here to give you, this will be good for the Rude Awakening. Right, this is like a Rude Awakening. So let me give y'all a sample of what the Rude Awakening looks like every Saturday in the 3 and 4 o'clock hour, 3 o'clock on Facebook, 4 o'clock on YouTube, right? Make sure y'all follow me, right? Make sure you follow the YouTube. If you're not following YouTube, please subscribe and follow that YouTube page. Thank you. I can use your support, right? But this is the Rude Awakening right here, right? Okay, he told me to keep it moving. I can't get stuck on that. Let me get started, man. I gotta run the course. I gotta stay the course. I get excited, get happy, and then he tell me to stay the course, shut me down. Before you know it, I'll be rushing you guys on here all day, and I have to be good over time. So let's get it popping. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? As y'all can see, I want to fight for us, right? You gotta fight for your rights, right? We have rights. We have birth rights, inheritance rights, right? We have things that rightfully belongs to us, and we have not received those things. Some of us, we think we have what we really don't have. As I said earlier, to be delivered means you had to be trapped. To be healed, you had to actually identify that you're sick. Many of us, that no way, Jose, we will go to the grave before we let somebody know what we experiencing or what we done experienced. Some of you, we have confined into the wrong one that wasn't assigned to you, right? Remember, treat others like you want to be treated, right? When you have a message for someone else, Do you not know that message that you think for someone else? You have to observe that thing. You have to adjust that thing. You got to figure out what God just gave you for someone else. Because I'm going to show you something that just wiped me out today. And the Spirit was talking to me today, right? As I want to talk to you. It says, be careful about what you bring to someone else and say, God told me to tell you, right? Notice, if God told you, higher self is how he had to tell you. So if he told your higher self to go tell somebody else, lower self, that this is what God want to give to you, then you have to make sure that you watch how you deliver this thing and make sure that you don't add to it, right? Make sure that you don't have your feelings and emotions attached to it, right? When God showed me this, treat others like you want to be treated. If they reject what it is you come to give them, that thing take root and develop in your life. That is something you ain't never heard. Because I ain't never heard it till the Spirit told me. I'll repeat it and I'll say it in a different way. This scared me too. This is why many of us, God told me to tell you, if they reject, you know that return to sender? That thing blow up in your life and it grows in your life instead of who you was trying to deliver it to. If they reject it, you was the transporter, you was the carrier. So if God gave you something, do you go give it back to God? God, they didn't want it, so here you go. See how crazy that sounds? God gives you something. You got to go take it to somebody else. I come to bring you this, right? And they say, man, look, don't be negative to me. Don't go back and forth trying to confuse me and throw me off. No, I'm good. Hang up on, click. Guess what? That thing that you got in your hand, I wasn't trying to be negative. Too late. That thing is rooted in your life and it ain't moving. For many of you, I just gave you something. I just gave you some answers. I just gave what you needed, right? Well, guess what, you guys? This is when I finally call my time out. I'm calling time out on the battlefield. My battlefield is called life right now. And for many of you, you've been on the playground already, right? We've been playing church. We've been playing relationship. We've been playing sister. We've been playing brother. We've been playing family. But what I'm here to let you understand is when God created you, that was you and God and you, right? You didn't need nothing else to connect you with God. But when you was on here, this thing called life, living this earthly little thing, you picked up something called an ego. It was called EGO. You eased God right on out, right? You was earthly grounds only, right? Earthly good only, right? And what happened? You learned that you had a big ego. You learned that it was about your personality. It was about your ways. It was about the things you wanted to do, right? It wasn't about no God. You heard about a God, but you started creating, and you started creating in the wrong direction, right? And at that point, you built things, and you lost things. The only thing that you have not taken down is you. And that's why I'm here to take all eyes and turn them back on you. But I can't do it by myself. And you ain't going to think I'm here trying to sit here and try to persuade anybody about anything, right? This is a free will thing because you got the will to choose. We have a will. It's God's will to allow you to choose. You want to go higher self or you want to go lower self. That is the will of God. You can make the choice. Do you want it hot or do you want it cold? That is the choice. But see, the way you picked it up and the way they programmed you is you got to sit here and go, if I'm feeling cold, then obviously I need the hot because I'm cold, right? Because I didn't choose cold. Yes, you did. You built cold because you never knew what hot felt like. And if this thing was too hot, they told you, then you got to be in hell. You on fire right now. That little thing between your legs on fire right now. Your little mouth on fire. You need to go put that fire out. Get in the cold, ice bath, water, shower, whatever you got to do, right? Let's back it on up. Switch it on back over. Listen. Let me calm on down and get back to you guys. I'm calling a time out. This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown right now, you guys. I'm here to bring balance to myself. And if I balance me, I promise you I can balance you. God knows that he created you. He is the creator. You are the creation. This is the creation. The feed is created. You came for a good time, so let's go ahead and make it happen. I'm going to call on the spirit that's calling on me right now. Father God, I come before you right now, giving you glory, honor, and praise, Jehovah Jireh. Come on now. You've been to provide us. You provided us with insight right now. You give us everything we need in order for us to be successful. But somehow, God, some things keep interfering with the connection. Sometimes, God, some things keep interrupting exactly what it is that you're attempting to tell us right now. Things is growing out of place. Some stuff is out of order. Relationships is malfunctioning. malfunctioning. I'm dealing with people that's dysfunctioning, and I don't have what it takes to deal with some of the people that you sending, God. So I call and ask out, can you please give me some wisdom? Can you give me some knowledge? Can you give us what it is that we desire to have so we can be successful in what we are attempting to do? And one of the things we're attempting to do is override what was. What was what was. We look forward to something bigger. We look forward to something better, and we look forward to something greater. And in doing that, we recognize we need to release. So one of the things we need to release is our position right now. We're releasing the position that we was holding because it was not effective. We got hurt trying to play girlfriend. We got hurt trying to play boyfriend, trying to play daughter, trying to play mother. We got hurt because we didn't handle the situation properly. We mismanaged everything. We mismanaged the roles. So God, we call a timeout on that as well. We don't want no titles right now. And we asking God that you will release us for anything that will hold us back, right? Anything that will cripple us right now. Anything that will keep us from sitting here knowing that there is something better that can come out of this little life we've been living right now. God, we recognize right now people that came in, they did the best they can, but we didn't do the best we can. We depended on what they said versus what we said. You talked to us, we went and asked somebody else what they think. They ain't have nothing to do with what you told us. You talk to us personally. You give us what we need to do. Just like when you was talking, just like when you was talking to Samuel and David, and you was talking to David, you was talking to Samuel, and when David heard your voice, he went and ran to somebody else. And when he ran to somebody else, the person he ran to said, you need to talk. I ain't called you. So at the end of the day, God, he had to return and wait on you again. For some of us, we waiting on you right now. We waiting on you to speak right now. We waiting on you to correct some things. We waiting on you to convict us in some areas. Show us some errors. Because right now, we have a whole list of errors that we need to present to you right now, God. And one of those errors is not giving you the proper attention that you rightfully deserve. We look outwardly and we need to look inwardly like right now. And right now, God, we're thanking you for this broadcast. We thanking you that you meet us on the battlefield right now. We thanking you, God, that we're changing our position right now. And we are forging our weapons right now and our tools so we can sit here and build. Thank you, God, for the invisible crown army as well as the angels that you sent it down to take the place right now, to take their place right there in their life so they can do amazing things for what? For your glory. We don't want to steal your credit. We don't want to take away from anything that you have planned for us. The end was already foretold in the beginning right now. So we ain't worrying about what's going to happen. We already trust and know that it is going to happen. Somehow, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, here it is right here. I think, God, that we lost and forgot who we are, right? Who I am, God. And I recognize that in spite of all of that right there, to forget that who I am, right, or where I am, one thing I know for certain is that I am that I say that I am, and you created me right there. That will not change. My being will not change. My being will not change. But when we sit here right now, God, and we come before you, you continue to make every adjustment that's necessary and needed. And for that right there, we give you glory, we give you honor, and we give you praise. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. Of course we need him. We need him, and he needs you. People need you. Your future needs you. Your next level needs you. Where you going needs you. But one thing for certain, two things for sure. You're going to have to lose everything else. You're going to have to give up something to get to something. You're going to have to give up something to get to something. Remember, I told you, in order to become something, you must first be something. And for some of us, you won't heal him, but you got to understand, in order to be healed, you got to realize you've been sick. Can you tell yourself you've been sick in this area right here? To sit here and be put on, you got to first realize you've been off. And who put you off? Who got you sick? I did it. I did this. And for some of us, you got to understand this part. I'm going to show you something in scripture. You got to understand, when you have a confession, you only confessing to yourself. You only confessing that I know I can do better, perform better. Remember, I said you treat others like you want to be treated, right? What you give to others, you should give the best in spite of what they do. Because if they reject what it is you're doing, or if you perform negatively and they reject it, it birthed in you. You cannot give that back to God. God gives you an idea and you go try to tell it to somebody else and they reject it. That thing, you better make sure it is from God. You better make sure it's positive. You better make sure that you can use it just as well as they can use it. See, I am a motivational speaker, right? I am a self-empowerment coach. I am a transformation coach. I am a life coach, right? That means I can assist people, transform and help people get to their life, right? Get to their life so that they can have life to the full of the desires of what they desire. Desire goes with expectations. You see, here it goes. Here's the seed again. This seed is the faith. I desire for this seed to turn into something bigger, better, and greater, right? Bigger, better, and greater. And for many of us, we don't know what type of seed this is because we're looking at it and saying it looks like a seed, just like with a lot of things that goes on in life right now. We look at things and try to interpret what we see based off of what it is we've been taught. Well, let's go a little bit more. That's a little too out there. Let's bring it back in some. Let's reel it back. Can I go deeper, y'all? Come on, y'all. This rude awakening right now. Can I go deeper? I'll go deeper, right? For many of us, we have learned something called alphabets. Alphabets makes up 26 characters makes up the alphabet. So this is on the fly, right? So 26 characters, right? So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to write something down, right? This pen doesn't look like it's working, right? Okay. So you don't have no pen. Anyway, I'm going to write something on this paper. It's called the letter A. That's a character, the letter A, right? Right, and we're trying to do the alphabets, right? The alphabets is 26 characters. So we have A, we have B, and somebody takes your C. So when I tell you to say your alphabets, you like A, B, wait a minute. You can't skip over C and go to D, E. You got to find out where's that C. Many times in our life, we skip over the C. Right? Because somebody took the C out. So we don't see what it is we need because we realizing something is missing. It's just like putting together a puzzle, a 5,000 piece puzzle, and 100 pieces of the puzzles is missing. But you bought the puzzle, you're looking at the picture, but there's something missing, right? There's something missing. Okay, some of you want love. I speak, y'all wasn't gonna get that, right? You want love, you want whatever it is you want the best relationship. Where did you have this relationship? You never experienced this relationship for yourself, right? You never been in it. You only saw pictures of it because somebody acted and showed you something. And where did you get it from? You got it off of TV, one of your movies, right? Best Man, Best Holiday, any one of these things. They put together a movie. They get the best actors and you decide which role you want to play. And so now you see the end and that crying and you be like, oh, that was so nice. I hate that happened. How did it trigger? But see, you wrote that inside of your subconscious, right? So now that you out trying to live your life now, you want the same thing, not knowing that you're not equipped for what it is you just saw, right? So you still have this thing. Some of you have old information that dates back 20-something years and you still trying to get it in. You still trying to do what you need to do. And when you meet someone or you meet something, the first thing you do is you want what you see. You want this right here. You know, I just want to be involved with somebody. I don't got to go back and forth. They love me. I just want us to be good. You got all this, what you want, what you feel. I just feel like, you know, I want to be able to do for him and him to do for me. I want to be able to go, what am I talking? I'm talking relationship. But what am I really saying is this is your false expectations because you never experienced this for yourself. You don't know the ingredients to have what it is you want. You have a lot of feelings. And where did you get your feelings and emotions from? You got it from a movie that was played out on a TV. That means you saw this, right? Or I know how it go. I had parents. Yes, you had parents, but you didn't understand. My parents married for 50 years. Yes, you know, you did have parents. They was married. You know, my parents did it the right way, AJ. So I don't know. You ain't talking to me. Guess what? When you was referencing and watching your parents, did you pay the light bill? No, you didn't. Did you pay the gas bill? No, you didn't. Did you have rules you had to follow in their house? Yes, you did. Did you pay taxes and mortgages, right? Did you have to lay on your back to please somebody else in regards to what they were doing? No, you didn't. You watched as a child and you didn't see the bad. You know, all right, mom and dad going at it. Why they going at it? Because mama called him out. Mama looked through his phone. Mama said he was this and that. Daddy caught mama. She was over there flirting with Mr. What's his name around the corner and this and that. And he popped her or whatever the case may be. What am I saying? You overlook what it is because you didn't know how to interpret it because you've never seen it before. Many of us, we never seen things before, so we don't know that it's a bad thing. We don't know that that's not right. Just like with you, you come in looking to try to make adjustments to what? To your life, and all you hear is, sin and sin and sin and sin, and they're sinning. But what are you doing with your sinning? What is sinning? Let's stop right there. If you could see that a person had a joint or had a drink or decided they was going to the motel or whatever they was doing, why was your mind walking with them? Why was your head all in their business? Why did you give more concern to what they do versus what you do? You see, a lot of the times we pick up things from what we see and we like to interpret. Is that not child behavior? Come on now. Some of us, we worry about stuff that never happened. I'm just worried about catching COVID, but you never had it. I know people never had the shot and never had COVID. And I know people done got every shot, booster shot. They done got every type of shot, every type of vitamin C pill, taking everything and done got this stuff 4-5 times. You realize what I'm saying to you? Please tell me y'all get this. So you want things based on what you see, but you realize something. You ain't got nothing. So what you go do is you go try to find somebody else and hope that they can bring you bigger, better, greater. But what you didn't realize is they got you just like you got them. They ain't have nothing either. See, you manifest what you put out. You give nothing, you get nothing. You give a little, you get a little. You trick somebody acting like you got it going on. Somebody tricks you and the joke is back on you so you can see how it feels. God did not put you here to be a trickster. Who are you trying to trick? Are you trying to trick them? You believe so, but you're actually tricking yourself. You see, it's an inside job. But if you never go back to the creator, because you are the creation, then your good choices and your bad choices was both chosen by who? By you. And what was in the best interest of who? Of you. So you cannot have what's on the picture, as we learned in the recap, until you first have something, right? What is faith? Faith is a substance. A substance. Faith is a substance of things that's hoped for, right? Evidence. These C's is my evidence, right? The way you act is your evidence. The way you handle yourself is your evidence. The way you secure in who you are is your evidence. But he ain't giving you, I'm secure in me. Being secure in you should produce something. It's not for bragging purposes. It's to produce something. So if you secure, meaning you got to secure the bag, you have to secure the fact that, man, I know I produce what I'm supposed to produce, right? If I get in the right area. Now you got to understand, when you turn this thing around, what you're going to get is some instructions. No one ever gave us these instructions. I guarantee you, a lot of the things that we have done, we had no instructions at all. I choose to believe life is just a matter of you coming out. Notice why God said, I knew the end in the beginning. You didn't know God knew the end, right? You didn't know this, right? You didn't know that God could sit here and recognize. He said, I know the way you take. I know how you think. And we look like, I ain't know. Because you forget that he's God. I am, right? I label this thing. I think I forgot where I'm at, right? Where I'm at, right? I forgot who I am. See, I think I forgot who I am. I think I forgot where I'm at. You see, it's current. But I also understand that I am what I am, my sense of being. If I forgot where I'm at, that means temporarily the location, but I'm still realizing that I am in this place, right? Now, I don't know where I'm going because I don't know where I'm at, right? I don't know where I'm at. And then some people, you forget who you are, right? I forgot who I am, right? Who I am. That's because you never was taught who you are. So now we goes and we get what we get based on whoever it is that's dispatching this stuff to us, right? And now we just getting it and we trying to put something together. But guess what? We don't have all the ingredients. We didn't take the time out to get this right here. To get this watermelon, right? It requires 90 days. 90 days in order to produce. But what else it needs? It needs soil. What else it needs? It needs sunlight. What else it needs? It needs attention. Do you know if you talk to a plant, the plant will develop and grow? I did an experiment with these children with some rice. I had happy rice, love rice, and I had mold rice, bad rice, anger and happiness, right? And on one group, 1 week, we had to take the rice and pass it around. And everybody had to say something amazing. I really do love you. Hey, I am positive. Hey, I am encouraging you. Hey, I love you. Hey, and everybody had to say something positive about the rice to the rice. You see, some of you don't want to say nothing positive because you want somebody to do something for you in order for you to say something back to them. You see, this is an inside job, but see, I'm trying to let you understand something. When they went to the negative rice and the group said everything negative, right? I hate you. I'm angry at you. I'm frustrated, right? Notice everything that was going outwardly was developed inwardly. The rice. Guarantee, I'm telling you guys, before 2 weeks was up, it's a 2 weeks experiment, 10 days. Before the 10 days was up, the rice started molding. It started molding. It started seeing greenness in it. But the one that was giving good energy, right, it actually stayed white for weeks later. What am I saying? I'm saying that if you do not give out anything, you cannot get anything. So many of us, we so trapped up because we want to go in environments. Oh, come on, y'all. I got to get to this thing. Come on. It's going to get great. It's going to get great. The build up is coming. What's going on, everybody? This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown. I'm just busting it down. We still at the beginning. We almost in the middle, but I'm going to flip the script real quick. I got to get into the next phase of this thing. Please hold your position. I'm only here to assist you. You got 3 ways you can receive what I'm saying. 1, you can accept it. Take an idea. Take a concept. Do something with it. One thing will change everything in your life. One thing will change everything. One idea, one seed. You see, some of us, we want to order the watermelon based on what it looked. And then when we get to a part where the seed come out, we want to spit the seed out. Somebody takes that seed and replant and produce. What am I saying? Many of the times you done sit here and you done tried to date people. You done got into people's lives. You got in, but you wasn't ready to what? To produce. You wasn't ready to produce anything right now. You didn't have anything to be released. You see, before money came on deck, you had to trade service for service. That means somebody had potatoes and had potatoes. They traded it for somebody else that had tomatoes. Because that day they was making spaghetti and you needed potatoes for what it is you was cooking. When you meet somebody else, you're going to trade some of your tomatoes for some of their spinach. You didn't need money. What you needed is to know that you had something that was worth of value to someone else. But you can't give value till you understand the value that it has. What did it take? Some of this took 90 days. Some of this had to have 90 degrees. Other had to have 70 degrees. I'm reading something else that had to have 40 degrees. What am I saying? What's your temperature? When people look at you, what do they see? Can I get the instruction that goes with you? Can I get what it is that makes you who you are? I mean, I like the outside to you. I see what you look like outwardly. How do I find out what's in here? How do I find out what's in here? Do I really got to sit here and pull your credit? Do I really got to sit here and when you sleep, take your fingerprint and go do a background check on you and find out that you done been to jail 4-5 times, you got a felony? You see, we like to watch this. This is why I warn you about spending so much time in this mirror and forgetting what true value really is. True value is, it starts inwardly, but for many of us, we don't learn to trick people. We learn to make this thing look like I'm selling this. Oh, look what I got. We like, ooh, I want that. You see Shorty switch on by, you're looking like that. You're like, man, because your mind done took you to the what? To your past. You ain't been with Shorty. You done been with somebody. She done triggered something, and you wondering, I wonder what that felt like. I wonder what that felt like. And your mind done took you there, and you like, man, I wonder what that felt like. And so what you looking for? You looking for a feeling. Some of us, we looking for a feeling. You want a new car to have a feeling. You want to know new house. Ain't nothing wrong with the feeling, but the feeling there is for where you going. The feeling is what you would desire to have. And for many of us, we desire to have bigger, better, greater. Come on, y'all. I'm got the room heating up right now. I'm finna go into this word. I got to give us something of substance right now. But God said I left the door open. The door was alphabets. Remember A-B? Somebody took your seat. We don't go no further. That's why we stuck. We done got comfortable on levels we shouldn't be in. But what am I saying? I'm saying an alphabet is just an A. A C is just a C. Do anybody know the definition for M? No. Do anybody know the definition for G? No. Do anybody know the definition for A? No. Do anybody know what LOL means? Laughing out loud, right? Do anybody know what slap? I heard what that means. Sound like a plan, right? Who created this? Back in the day, when you had a beeper, you used to put 403. What that mean? Ho. Ho, ho, ho. 403, 403, 403, 403, right? Creativity. You created the wrong things to give the wrong message, to let somebody know how you what? How you feel. I'm blocking their call. Why? Because I want them to feel how I felt when they ain't answer my call. And guess who really got the feeling? You. It's a boomerang. Didn't I tell you, whatever you put out, it comes back 100-fold. See, what we thinking, God saying you sow, does he give a seed to the sower? You see, that was elementary school. You know, he gave you the soul, so I'm going to pay my tithes and offerings. What you really need to understand is your tithes and offerings reflect the God that you serve. So whatever you offer to someone, reflect the God that you serve. So if you offering badness and they don't accept it, it comes back in your life, receive badness. If you offering, you giving your tithes is the time that you took to accumulate whatever it is of substance that you have. Now, let's just say money. Well, how long you took to make your money? When you get paid? Every other week, first 15th, SSI check, whatever you get, you had to wait on it, right? Whatever you get, you had to wait on it. And when you received it, it gave you functioning power to do something. You can go buy something. You can feed your stomach. You can eat something to get to the hunger, right? The hunger, right? Notice water and thirst goes together. You get thirsty, what you want? Water, right? You want water. They the same thing. Y'all ain't getting that? See, the yes triggers the no, right? You want to hear yes because you actually is without, right? It goes together. So anyway, I got to get into this word. Oh, back to the ABC. There you go. And what he said is, I am my life coach is identical to the alphabet. I am my life coach is identical for the alphabet, to the alphabets. It's in your memory and it's a mindset. It's a tool. You see, with the alphabets, it consists of 26 characters, but those characters means absolutely nothing by itself. It has to be connected with another character in order to create a word. When you create a word, then that word has a meaning. So CAT says cat. Cat is associated with a sound that says meow, right? A cat is a little furry little animal that sit here and walk around real creepy. You have dog. It requires a D and an O and a G. And somebody says dog. And what is a dog, right? Somebody say, what sound does a dog make? And they say roof. Right, roof, right? But guess what? There's different types of dogs, right? You see, the character used together makes up a word that has a meaning. Let's flip it. I am my life coach is an attitude. It is not feelings. It is not emotions. It's everything working together. Let's go. I taught you on a rude awakening one time, right? I stated to you what makes up your attitude. There's 3 things that makes up your attitude. Think of it just like your coffee. When you have coffee, that you need water, and of course you need coffee beans. When they put it up in here, then they're gonna ask you, how do you like your coffee, right? Once you get your coffee, you're gonna put some sugar, maybe some people, I like equal, or whatever. Some people put the creamer in, right? That's fine. Stay with me right now, right? When you have an attitude, your attitude is created with your thoughts, your actions, and your emotions working together in agreement. That means my thought says I knew this was going to happen. My action says I'm going to act on this because I desire to see this thing. And my feeling said, man, that's good. Remember, Jesus, once he worked it, that was his actions. He thought, let's make this, let's do this, right? Once he said it and thought about it, he put the work together, right? That was the actions. Then he had to step back. Right, his feelings and emotions, when he saw what he created, he looked at it and he said, that's good, because it all was working together. The seed, the picture, and the instructions of what it took in order to produce the final project, right? So when he had an idea, I want a watermelon, what do I need? I need some seeds, right? And what I need to do, I need to get the soil and the water, right? Just like when you want to cook something, you got to go get the ingredients, but you got the picture like this in your mind. So you go get the ingredients, but you got to go to the stove, come back, pick the greens, clean the greens, right? You got to go back, cut the chicken, gut the chicken, get the turkey, put it in the oven, set the thing, right? Guess what? Those are the instructions. And then when it's done, you put it on a plate nice and neatly, you eat it, and you say, mommy, this is good. This, you taste and see. You taste and see, because it's working together. And that's what attitude is. Attitude is not good or bad. An attitude is your directions of why you doing what you're doing. It's intentional. Attitude is intentional. Let's anchor that right there. Attitude is intentional. It doesn't matter. See, if somebody stole something, or somebody did something, or somebody misaligned something, or somebody sit here and come on, y'all, I got to give it real time. If somebody sit here and says something about me, somebody says something, try to use me, manipulate me, whatever, it gives me a different type of attitude that, hey, listen, let's cut this down right here. Let's stop it right here, right? Be gone, boom, right? That's an attitude. It's not bad. I got a higher and a lower, right? And based on the evidence that's presented, that's what forms the substance. The substance is faith. Faith, substance, what's the substance? Thought, actions, emotion. That's the substance of evidence. Thoughts, my thought was, my actions, right? Unseen, right? Emotions, unseen, working together, right? Now let's get over here. Worrying, right? Do not worry about tomorrow, or do not worry about this. Why? Because worrying, just like coffee, right? It consists of some things that makes you worry. When you worry, it's stress. It triggers stress, and you stress out things. You stress out your body, your mind, you cause your body diseases. All this stuff comes, like, remember the rice, talking bad to the rice, the stuff that's coming out, it only affects you. That's why what comes out affects you. He said what you speak affects you. The mouth speaks life and it speaks death, right? And for many of us, we have played with this thing for so long that we have created stuff that we living in, and we have to do away with it all. So worrying consists of thoughts, actions, and emotions not working together. And that's what causes stress. Now, notice, you can't use these seeds that's in here to produce this. But we try anyway. You know good and well that this seed shouldn't come out growing this. This only produced this. And what's inside of here only produced this, and what's inside of here only produce this. But we try to take this that says it takes 75 degrees, right? And it also takes 4 months to grow, right? And we try to take the directions off of something else and apply it to something else. Well, this is how I normally cook this, so I figure that it can be cooked the same. No, every person you meet has to be treated the same. Different, I'm sorry. You cannot sit here and take what you did with somebody else and try to slap them same ingredients on somebody else. Why is it that we continue to do that? Well, what I'm used to, what you used to is not even operating in your life no more. But the idea is, the image is, some of the things that he was doing or she was doing, you appreciate, but they're not here now. They're not here now. And the one that needed to be corrected will be who? It will be you now, right? So I'm going to move forward. Watch this. Remember, attitude is created by thoughts, actions, and emotions working together. The Bible says all things works together for what? For your good. What it's saying is not your bad moments and all of that working together. It's saying your thoughts, your actions, and your emotions has to be working together to benefit good. If it's not in agreement before you open up your mouth, right? Because now, based on what comes out, was based on your thoughts, your actions, and your emotions. And that's the attitude. But if you on the other side and you're worrying, right? That's your thoughts. What you thinking about? I'm thinking about, where I'm gonna move. I don't have no job. I need some money. Or I'm thinking about I'm ready to settle down. That's a thought. I'm ready to settle down. I'm ready to settle down. I'm ready to be fully committed. I ain't never committed to nothing. That's why you want to be fully, because you never been fully committed to yourself. In order to be committed to something, you must first be committed to yourself. I love that. Thoughts has to be in alignment with your actions. But when you look at your actions reflect your past. Your actions reflect what you've been through. So you ain't going far. Your actions reflect what you've been through. So you only can recreate what it is you already created. Right? So what ends up happening, I gotta get to this word. What ends up happening is your thoughts is thinking one thing. I want to settle down, I want to be this one. Your actions is reflecting your past because that's all you know. And your feelings is feeling like I'm not with no one, and I'm in a sense of right now. And basically right now, I just feel, that, I just feel like men ain't ready. See, just your opinion about somebody. I feel like men, or I feel like women, they just ain't spending more time with themselves. They don't love themselves enough. Who put you here to determine them? You think God, the creator of everything, have you here to evaluate other people? You can't evaluate other people until you first evaluate yourself, take yourself to a bigger, better place, and then come back and assist people. Do you not know once you get to where you're supposed to get to, you'll be prospered? So much will be coming out of you that you will be the producer of those, and you'll be the one that have to lend them to get them to what it is you have now got to. Many of you was redirected to this feed line, this broadcast. We have to take the alternate route, and we ain't got away from it. I want to get into a word. Come on, y'all, because I'm running behind on this right now, and I only got like a good 15 minutes left to hit this thing, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna paraphrase this thing real quick, right? Check this out. John 5, 6, 7, right? I love scripture, but I recognize I needed to motivate some of you in a different way. I need to empower some of you in a different way. I need to encourage some of you in a different way. I need to inspire you and some other people in a different way. So guess what? It's an inside job. Motivation and education goes together, right? It goes together, right? So let's move ahead and make it happen, right? Watch this, John 5, right? John 5:3, right? John 5:3. Here it is, a great number of disabled people used to lie. Stop right here. L-I-E. Notice, disabled. This will be us. Come on, lower self. You guys know this because I taught it to you. Lower self, disabled. We could never function on a level that what we desire to have because we never worked it. We never worked it. We never worked the ground. We never planted it. We only was hearing about God. God said, you waiting on Jesus, right? Jesus saved me. I'm saved, right? Guess what? Anything that deliver you from where you at, that is your savior. What am I saying? Anything that delivers you from where you at, that's your savior. Well, what am I saying to you? I'm glad you asked. Lower self. If you was in prison, right? If you was in prison, you desire freedom, to be set free. So the day you get set free, you will be saved because your conditions has changed. See, in prison, I can identify that I'm here in prison, but my desire is to one day be free, right? Notice, I want to be free, but I'm actually in prison. My condition is already known right here, right? I know that before I was created, I am, right? But before I am, right, that's a sense of being. Right? A sense of being. But once the idea comes, right, the thought comes, then now it got to manifest into full existence. I am what? A man. I am what? A woman, right? Now that the idea from what was spoken, right, what was spoken, it then became flesh now. I'm a man that's knowing that the man is the flesh, knowing that the woman is the flesh now. You became a earthly vessel now, right? Now, listen to this. The condition now. Now, this is where we at right now. That's what we is. This is where we at right here. We in an is state, woman and man. Now, what type of woman you want to be? What type of man you want to be? That's where the character and the attitude kicks in at right there. Character is what it is you create now and what it is going to be needed in order so you can prosper in where you going. And for the other, the attitude is that it's God be for me, then nobody else can be against me. Can't anybody else convince me, because this is what I come to confirm. I know this myself. Well, what am I saying? I'm saying that if you in jail, in prison, you desire to be what? Free. It's the opposite of where I'm at. But I know that my freedom is what makes up the what? The Savior. When I get out of this position, then that's when I've been saved. But there's going to be many positions. But every position I get in, Christ always deliver me out of it. But what am I saying? I'm saying it's an inside job. Where do Christ live? Great is he that is in what? That is in me. But I have to first come to terms that something has to be done different. And one thing that I know for certain, that's why we here on this broadcast. I Am My Life Coach is the ticket, and we on that ticket. Look at this. Disabled people used to lie. Blind, right? The blind, the lame, the paralyzed. One was there, been invalid. Stop. This goes to show you. This goes to show you exactly why I did this broadcast. The stronger I become, I believe the stronger you become. This is the Invisible Crown Army. I will sit here and take this to the grave, that I know the Lord is on this broadcast. I know that I done seen his presence, his hand move in my life, through your life. And through your life, he moved my life. So at the end of the day, we on this thing, right? Watch this. We on this thing so bad. Watch this. 38 years. You take 38 years off of your life, right? 38 years. That goes to show you, if this thing could be in scripture and you think this happened then, no, this happened now. So I don't care what your age is, remove 38 years off. And they was lame, blind for 38 years. So remember I said who came first? Remember the first, your teens, right? Blind to who you are. You just picked up what was told, right? 20s. I mean, my 20s was out the chain. I mean, in my 20s, right? Okay. Just say you don't do it no more. But the images is still there. The feelings and emotions is still there. The activity and how you respond is still here, right? Paralyzed, right? Watch this. Invalid. 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there and learned, right? So you got to learn what I'm saying. Some of us, we ain't learned nothing because ain't nobody taught us. You desired a preacher. You didn't desire a teacher with yourself, because nobody taught you. So that's what makes me a self-help teacher, because I Am My Life Coach is the gateway for you to teach yourself. And to constantly saying, God is my life coach. But I can't say God, I got to say I am, because I am is God. And I am a man, that is the son, that is me, that is the daughter, that is you. And what we desire to do is have a life that's fruitful, because we finally got it right. We got this. Watch this. Let's bring it home. Show you. When Jesus saw, listen to this, and saw these conditions for a long time, he asked them, do you want to get well? Some of you, we don't know how to answer that question. Do you want to get well? What you mean? What you mean well? I work, I got my degrees, I got 2 degrees. What you mean well? I got a car, I got a house, I got credit, baby back. And you just shut your God down. EOG. Ease God right out of the opportunity to get some glory. Right? You thought it's just all about you? Woo! He did not put you down here to be pee-peeing on people, to be boo-booing on people. That's what you think you're doing. And then you wonder why you end up with cervical cancer. You wonder why he takes your parents out your life. He takes all these other things out their life. There are so many vessels that's on call right now. He could say, give me them. You come on. You come on. Because life was about discovering God and then becoming him. Discover him, become him, and then you live to help others. But see, you recognize, he said, whatever you so ask in my name, I will give. But you keep asking for stuff for you when you should be asking for stuff for others, because you need to create an environment that consists of healthy stuff, not living in a desert environment that doesn't produce anything, right? Watch this. I'm closing. This is good. Got close heart. So listen to this. Jesus said, do you want to change? Sir, the invalid replied, I have no one. I don't have my mama. I don't have my cousin. I don't see. That's why I told you got to release everybody. You got to release your ex. I mean, that's my ex. You better let that ex go. I don't need no ex in my life. Ex mean that wasn't it, right? Ex marked the spot. That wasn't it. Don't you get in a position of ex in my life been. Because every ex that came and fit that role end up repeating the same thing. Don't you get it? You created an ex. And the ex means somebody that you done gave your time to, gave your body to, gave your mind to, gave your resource to. You gave to something that ex wasn't it. You should have gave it to God. And where was God at? He wasn't in the sky. He was right there all the time watching you ease him on out of everything like some of us continue to do. Earthly good only. See, you so spiritual, but you ain't no earthly good. Ain't that something? To be earthly good is to understand that the meek shall inherit the earth. That means so wherever I'm living in is what I chose to live in. I created this because I knew what I'm creating. Come on, y'all. Watch this. It says, he said, no one gonna put me in here. So ain't nobody gonna do this for me. People ain't gonna help me. Get it out your head. He had it out of his head. And he had to wait 38 years to make sure he understood that ain't nobody sent here to help you but you. Ain't nobody sent here to help you but you. And here go Jesus, which will be in who? In you, in me, talking to you, because you talking to you. And I can command your attention to put your eyes right where it need to be, right on the source of the right now, the I am. I am need to become something, which is woman and man, right? I could go into Jehovah and what that means, right? Jehovah, right? The whole is the sun. I can let you know that right there, but I ain't gonna get into all that because it gotta become something. See, you need to stop thinking of a ride and start thinking from the ride. Start thinking from the ride. Start thinking from the ride. Start thinking from the end. Begin with the end in mind. I knew your end in the what? In the beginning, because I had an idea of what I should be. I knew once I got it, the attitude I was gonna have already. I knew that I'm the best speaker. I know that I'm the best motivational speaker. I bet you ain't no life coach, transformation coach can coach like I can coach, because I know the God that I serve. I don't know who they serving, but I know I serve the spirit of the living God. But unfortunately, everybody believe in that. But I ain't worried about them. I'm worried about me. And worrying about me make me worry about you. Because if I'm worried about you, I'm trying to say, what about you? You don't love God? What about you? And the day you recognize that, then you can hear my voice. You can hear my frequency. Right? Watch this. He said, he replied. Then Jesus said, the inside. Get up, high yourself, right? And walk, take your mat. That means your mat is what you've been on in your past. Get up and walk. That means you going to a place you never been. Get up and walk, meaning you walking to somewhere bigger, better, and greater, because you ain't been walking before, because you were so busy waiting on somebody to carry you. They carry you through your teens. They carry you through your 20s. Oh, y'all want to switch it up? Your alcohol carried you. Your sex habits carry you. Your sex toys carried you. Come on now. Your idea of talking too much carried you. Your friends, them that ain't your friends, but guess what? They your friends. And how could you have friends that ain't planning nothing? They don't have no instructions to them. God gives you something. You go ask somebody else that God didn't even choose to be your friend. What you think about this? You know, God told me. If he told you, then why you telling me? Oh, man, I got to go. I got to get something else. I got to get one more out. Right? Look at this, y'all. Y'all got to get this. Whew. Man, y'all got to get this. Come on, y'all. Roll with me. Man. Oh, man. Wait. Okay, I'm rushing. Slow down, Adana. 2 Samuel 23. 2 Samuel 23. Come on, y'all, journey. We got 3 minutes. 2 Samuel 23. I got to close it out. Real heavy. Remember, I am my life coach. It's self-awareness. It allows you, if somebody owe you 10, they ain't giving you 9. And if they give you 9, it's because you accept 9, but you recognize they did not give you your 10. You gave them 10, they give you back what? Some of you settle for whatever they give you. See, they supposed to give you 10, but they only give you 6. Why they give you 6? Because that's all they had. Why they give you 2? Because that's all they had. Why they give you 1 seed? They got a picture like this, but when you sit here and recognize that where your other seeds at? You only got 1 seed. Well, that's all I have. Well, that's okay, baby. That's okay. Well, you ain't eating watermelon either. They ain't eating it. You ain't eating it. So at the end of the day, y'all both starving. Okay. So go to that 2 Samuel 23 real quick. I want to bust one more real quick. What's up, everybody? It's the Mighty Monday Meltdown. This is when we inspire ourselves. Okay. This is all about you. All about you. All about you, because it's all about me. And that's the only way we're going to magnify God. Make it about you. You can see God. Okay? Anybody got a problem with that? That's because they got a problem with who they are. They are not who it is they desire to be. And you have a desire to be something bigger, better, and greater than what you have been. And at the end of the day, it's supposed to be a conflict. You're supposed to have a conflict. Where I'm going look nothing like where I've been. But if you're going to keep making every house look the same, date every man with long hair, then the problem is you keep recreating what you already had, boo. You might as well not left the last one. Okay? Here you come. What did I say? 2 Samuel 23. What did I say? I'm messing up now. 2 Samuel 23. 2 Samuel 23. Please roll with me. Stay with me, you guys. Don't break. 2 Samuel 23, verse 2. It reads, the Spirit of the Lord spoke through me. See, didn't I tell you? When God tell you something, you can't add nothing to it. You can't adjust it to how you want to adjust it. Because if you try to take it to who it is you supposed to take it to, and you see and you mismanage that thing, and they reject it, you better hope. You better hope right there that they accept that. Because if not, you cannot give it back to God. That thing birthed in your life. You know, and this is why some of your relationships went down. This is why some of your ships crashed. Because you're too busy trying to put you in it. You're too busy trying to make it about you and not understanding that when you connect with what connects with you, you go higher. What you connect with should take you higher. Okay? Watch this. I'm only in scriptures right now, you guys. Listen to this. Verse 5. If my house was not right with God, surely he would not have made me an everlasting covenant. What that means? I speak what I create. I know this. Whatever I speak, I create. Whatever I desire to have, I can expect that it's going to happen. But many of you, you don't have the build up. You don't have the substance to support that because we've been taught wrong. That's why you learn what you learn, lower self. Lower self is powerful, you guys. Higher self has the authority. But the Lord said the first, which is who you have been all this time, will be last. That means cast down. That's that devil. Cast down. So you notice when the devil was up in heaven, ooh, this is good. I'm coming from the hip right now. I'm coming from the hip. When the devil was up in heaven, right, high places, the Lord did what? Cast them down. They cast them down. Your old ways down. So when it was cast down, guess what was still up there? Your higher self. But nobody told you to go down with it. Right? Now watch this. Now you keep asking God, God, help me. God, help me. At the end of the day, you put yourself here. Won't you just put yourself there and help yourself? Come on, y'all. Put yourself at the end. Put yourself where you desire to be and grab the attitude and let that work together for good. Look at this. Scroll down right here, right? Everlasting Christ, arranged, secure in every part. Surely. Here you go. David had mighty warriors. Here's the invisible crown army. I always want to let you see this because nobody will let you see this. You are the army of angels. There's an angel inside of you waiting for you. And now that it has your attention, David had one angel, right? Look at this, one warrior. This dude raised his spear against 800 men who he killed in one encounter. Some of you bad to the bone. That's why I'm happy you on my team. I'm happy we here together, right? We are army right now. People like, who on your team? I ain't on your team. I got an army, right? Who pick them? God do. Right? You guys are off the chisel, right? Off the chain. He had one person. Look at verse 9. He got another person. What he do? He as one of three mighty warriors. See, that was three mighty warriors. He was with David when they went against the Philistines, right? Here he come right here. Watch this. But he struck down. He held his ground. See? Battlefield, battleground, not playground. He held his ground. What happened? They retreated. But what did he do? He stood his ground, struck down them all, right? They grew tired. His sword froze, right? The Lord brought him back a great victory. What am I saying? I'm saying, don't tell me I can't brag on people that's doing amazing things. Some of you are really using I Am My Life Coach to the fullest. To God be the glory. Look at this. Another person, right? Another person. These is people with David. Can you brag on your friends like this? No, you cannot, because your friends right here has to have the spirit. They has to be in the army of God. They has to be in the army of God. And guess what? If they think they in the army, then you ain't in that army. You in this army. Okay? Invisible crown represents your character and your attitude so God can be visible now. You understand that? It's an inside job. All right? So watch this. Another one. Wait a minute. You'll get where I'm going. Another one was standing in the middle of the field, battlefield. And what he do? Right? He defended it, right? He struck them down, right? And brought victory for the Lord, right? During harvest time, right? 3 chief warriors come out to, we are warriors. Come on, y'all. Don't sit here and play with me. Let's go. Watch this. Here's the last kicker right here. Here's my kicker for y'all all. This is my humiliation, and this is why I leave out on this note right here. 2 Samuel 23, 14. Please Stay for this 1 minute. I need y'all to get this. 2 Samuel 23:14. At that time, right now, David was in a stronghold. See, sometimes I get in the funk. Some got a hold on me, right? God, what's going on, right? Some got a hold on me because I desire to be bigger, better, greater too, right? And watch this. He had a stronghold on him. And the Philistines, watch this, David he longed for some water, right? I got to go quick. He longed for some water. Oh, I want to change this song though. I'm closing out, so here go the closeout song. Let me put the closeout song on, you guys. Don't move. I got to give you this. This is my humbleness. This is my humble thank you. Can I give y'all my humble thank you? Look, watch this. He longed for some water. I had to find it. And said, oh, that someone will get me some water. Will get me some water to drink. Some drinking water from the well, right? Near the gates of Bethlehem, right? He was tired. He had strongholds. He had an army with him. And what happened? What happened? So the 30 mighty warriors, 30, I hope my crew get up to 30. 30 mighty warriors. Notice all they preach about is David, right? He had 30 mighty warriors. This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown. Come on, Sharon. Look at this. The 30 mighty warriors broke through the Philistine line to draw some water from the well near the gate. Carried it back to David. Stop right there. You see, when you see your brother or your sister in need, they're going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. The narrator and the author, whoever's writing this, didn't say he went to each one saying, man, who going to give me some water? I wish I got a few of you that knows what I go through. Others, you smart enough to know, but you ain't acting like you should know, right? You don't feel like you really belong. You still waiting around. There's nobody that's going to save you but you. I'm been sent to help you save you, okay? At the end of the day, when you get this, anything you hope for, anything you desire to have, you will have. Well, what am I saying? We have put everybody else first. We gave everybody else a chance. You gave everybody else a chance except you. Because nobody really came to help you. Even when you wanted somebody in your life, you wanted her to love you. Could you make love to me? Can you do this for me? Can you cook for me? Everything was for me. But I didn't cook for me. I didn't make love to me. I didn't adjust this for me. You see, we want somebody else to do for me what you have not done for you. So you don't know what doing for you truly feels like. But I'm going to show you something. Watch this. They went for a fight just to make sure. They came back and said, I am my life coach. What's good? Invisible Crown Army. What's up, y'all? Y'all ready? Y'all ready to go get this glory? Because this is glory right here. They broke through, got that water, right? Listen, got that water. They brought it back to who? They brought it back to David. Adonis D. Johnson, transformation coach. 4 years, over 4 years, Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays, coming, speaking, teaching, giving you nothing but the best of the best. As I get better, you get better. As I go further, you go further. As I go up, you go up. Everything I did, I cried. I gave it all to you, right? Some of you responded back. I ain't gonna lie, some of you responded back. Some of you got amazing results. I'm still waiting on you, okay? I'm still waiting on you to come show something. You're gonna show something, right? David, they sent them out, got that water, brought it back, right? The 30 mighty warriors, 3 mighty warriors, right? Listen to this. This is what David did. Listen. They brought it back to David. But he refused to drink it. You see? Some of you, I can't accept everything. See, some of you can't accept everything. David refused to drink it. What'd he do? Instead, he poured it out to the Lord. What am I saying? Some of the stuff you're going to have to go fight for. You're going to have to go through some of the things. You're going to have to go adjust some stuff. You're going to have to go up against some stuff just to get what you need. And when you bring it back, right, you're going to think this is it. He's going to say, now pour it out. What am I saying? I'm saying you had to fight to go get it, but now you can release it right now. You can release that experience right now. You can release what you thought had value don't have value. What did you thought, who you thought had value don't have value. What you did then, yes, you have accomplished some stuff. You done took down something. You done mastered the walk. You done mastered this. You done mastered tequila. You done mastered Quavo. You done mastered everything. But now, you're going to have to go. You're going to have to cast that down, bring that down. And what David do? He took that water, poured it out to the Lord. Do you hear me? Poured it out. What did he say? What did he say? What did he say? What did he say? He said, but he refused to drink it. Instead, he poured it out before the Lord. Far be it from me, Lord, to do this. He said, is it not the blood of men who went at the risk of their lives? You see, their lives. See, some of you done let somebody else ride your back. You see, they riding your back. You supporting them, right? You supporting them. You working for them. You working 40 hours slaving. Here you go. You sit here, they riding your back, right? They ain't got down one time and help you plant one seed. They ain't help your business. They ain't give you no entrepreneur advice. They gave you absolutely nothing. You share the fees. You do this. This is my this. This is my that. This is my this. This is my man. This is my ex. Everything is mine, and my ain't done nothing for you. But you don't even brag on God. You don't say, this is my God's doing this. This is my God doing this. This is my God doing this. He pulled that stuff out and said, this is the blood of their work. How do I take credit and get comp for what they believed in? Let it be added to them. And David would not drink it. David would not drink it. Listen to this, slow down. He's raised his spear up against 300 men whom he killed. And so he became as famous as the three. Come on now. He became their commander, even though he was not included amongst them. I just had to paraphrase that. What am I saying? Come on, y'all. We don't have to exploit anybody. We need to stop asking people to get my hair done, do this here for me, do this here for me, because you have played that game in your past so long that you can't even, you think somebody love you based on what somebody done for you in your past. You are bigger than that. You are greater than that. You are bigger than that at this point. You too big to be asking for your nails and feet done. You can get my nails and my feet. That is your responsibility to resemble your God right there, up there. He said, you ain't asking. I don't ask for much. Guess what? To much is given, much is required. I don't ask for much, and that's why you don't have much. This thing says it come with 30 seeds, and what you settle for? You want two. You want two. I don't ask for much. And God said, I know, because you ain't asking me. You asking everybody else, and that's why you don't get much. You ask everybody else, and you try to make them your God. They're not the one who created you. But you're going to have to kill your ego. You're going to have to get over yourself. You're going to have to return yourself back to the one who created you. Y'all, thank you guys for giving me this opportunity to break this thing up with you. I know y'all got the recap. Y'all got everything. This one went kind of long. We fast tomorrow. You better not put nothing in your mouth if you roll with me, okay? We fast tomorrow from 6 to 6, liquid only. You guys, we have 12 goals that we write down, one for each month, right? This month has came to an end, okay? Whatever you wrote down today, I'm going to go ahead and send this little prayer up. I hope that whatever that goal was, it enhanced who you are. I hope it enhanced who you are, right? I hope it enhanced who you are. I'm not talking about no little watch. I'm not talking about no little car. I'm talking about maybe it's the way you see things. Maybe it's your communication. Maybe it's your listening. Maybe whatever it brings enhancement to who you are. I ask God that be sealed, added on to you, knowing that it was him that planted that seed in you that's about to grow that thing in you. Come on, y'all. Tomorrow we'll be fast from 6 to 6. That's your second goal, right? 12 goals for every month, right? From 6 to 6, 12 hours, liquid only. But if you understand, what am I saying? I'm saying we're going into higher self tomorrow. Higher self we should be so focused and on it. You shouldn't even be thinking about your hunger. You shouldn't even be thinking about your food. Why? Because if your mind take you to food, you bring it back. If your mind take you somewhere else, you bring it back. What is it saying, Desiree? What is it saying, Sharon? The Bible, do you guys know the Bible says you should forgive someone 7 times, 70 times a day? 7 times, 70 times a day. The Bible says you should forgive somebody. Have you ever forgiven somebody 7 times, 70 times a day? It's impossible. You know why? Because you was taught wrong. You thought forgive somebody. You know, I have a problem forgiving somebody. Pies be running around. You need to learn how to forgive. 7 times, 70 times a day is talking about yourself. Forgive your lower self because it keep doing the same old, same old. You got to forgive that because you don't know nothing else. So when you do have a moment, you better have a moment with you. That's what it means. Forgive yourself 70 times 7. Because I believe 7 times 7, right, is 490 sometimes that you will be sinning per day. Come on, y'all. Sinning is to not be who it is you are was created to be. Sinning is not to know who you are, who I am, where I am, right? But one thing I do know that I am a man. I do know that part. Now, what type of man? I'm gonna have to work on that. What type of woman? You're gonna have to work on that, right? You understand where you at. If you're in prison, then your savior, which is your freedom, is to get out. So the whole idea is I realize I'm here, but I'm waiting on a day to get out of here. Y'all better get this together. Y'all better get this right. So I got that right there. I got to finish praying, right? I got to get y'all this right here. So we fasting tomorrow, right? 12 goals, right? Too much is given, much is required. Right? Too much is given, much is required. Right? He giving us the keys, ABCs. Y'all already know I am my life coach, right? Reformation is what he gave me. Ask yourself every day, tomorrow, every hour, what are you doing to prosper today? What are you doing to prosper today? What are you doing to prosper today? Because that's what we're taking. This month of January, we've been about prosperity, the road of self-recovery. Next month, we're going to deal with love, guys. Next month, we're going to deal with love. And y'all not going to be happy about that, because I'm already locked and loaded for that. Father God, I thank you for what you are doing for us and with us right now. I thank you, God, that you're keeping us and correcting us. I thank you, God, that you filled us up with something that we couldn't fill ourselves up with. We identified that, God, we've been empty, right, God? It ain't about emptying us out. It's about we've been empty. We didn't even have a cup. We didn't even have an image. We didn't have nothing, because at the end of the day, we had a desire of wanting a feeling, but we should have had an actual picture. The only way to get that picture is to write it down. And that is not no corporate job. That's an inside job. We desire, God, to be able to hold our position. The only way to hold our position is to shut off every other position. We are returning back to the Creator. When we close our eyes, we shut out everything. So today, God, we thank you that we have shut it out everything. And today we are living in you and with you, and we're looking to go through you. Today, we let go of everything that was bounding us or holding us, God, and we look up and keep our eyes on you, pressing for bigger, better, greater, that only can come from you, God. So thank you. Thank you. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen. That's the time. Peace out, you guys. I don't really like this angle on YouTube. I'm going to have to redo this thing. What's up, Wolf? What's good? YouTube, what's happening? Richardson, peace and blessings. I hope y'all can follow along with what we're doing right now. This is an independent movement. This is a movement struck by faith. God said, according to your faith. This has nothing to do with what nobody else thinks. This has nothing to do with what nobody else said. This has nothing to do with what they told you should do. But this is what we was doing. What you was doing didn't get you anything, right? You got so much more in you, and it's going to take all of you. You don't have time to give out pieces of you to the Boys and Girls Club, pieces of you over here. You need all of you. In order to become whole, you need to become whole. Whole, in order to be whole, is to understand I no longer seek approval from people that never gave me approval in the first place. No one can approve you. No one on this earth can approve you. Isn't that amazing? And we sitting here living in this place like, I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know what I did wrong. She don't like me. Why did they cut me behind my back? Why they steal from me? One thing I don't like is a liar. You better look at yourself. Because you've been lying to yourself for some time now, okay? Let's just be clear about this. You've been lying to yourself, and I don't care about your lies. Your lies goes with you, all right? My truth goes with me. My truth goes with me, and the truth is I'm going to something different. Truth is, when they got over, I left that door open. Remember Egypt? When they got over to the promised land, right? Promised land? That was the revelation. Revelation is it happened. It happens. It happened. It's happening. But they couldn't deal with the transformation. And what happened in the transformation? They looked in that mirror and they said, I see everybody around here got nice cars now. I done moved toward the suburbs and everybody got houses out here. right? And now guess what? You still find yourself struggling because you don't have a system. You don't have management. You can't handle what it is. And they say, I don't want to leave my neighborhood, but I just can't afford to be here. Who told you you can't afford to drive what you want to drive? God can afford whatever he puts you in. He's in it with you. I can't afford to live here no more. Who told you that? Maybe you need to go up. This ain't big enough, obviously, but you would rather decrease instead of increase. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna move back to, I just need to, this is too much. I'm just gonna go back to, you're gonna go from the increase to a decrease and then say, I'm gonna do it again. I get it again. You're gonna sell something God ain't told you to sell. Come on, y'all. That's all I'm saying. Peace and blessings. That's my time. That's my time.